Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. We continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are on Canto 8, chapter 16. Does anyone remember what we read yesterday? Okay, well, we heard that Kashyap Muni, because he was concerned why his wife is looking so morose, he asked her, and then she replied, well, I'm morose because my children, they are nowhere to be found. I'm missing them. They have to leave their home, and I don't know what's happening to them. And then Kashyap Muni tells her, you worship Krishna, and he will help you. Worship Krishna, all your problems will be solved. That's the advice he gave her. That immediately he told her that. He said, because that illusion of the family life is so much. He said, we are actually not the body, we are spirit soul, but because of this family affection, we forget it. So he was like, worship Krishna. And then we were reading in the purport, Prabhupada put in the purport from Caitaniya Caritamita, Madhya Leela, that Krishna, if one engages in, if one sincerely wants pure devotional service, but still has some material desire, then Krishna gives him directly pure devotional service instead of fulfilling material desire. Otherwise, Krishna fulfills all the material desires. So the example is given of Dhruva Maharaj that Krishna also fulfilled his material desire. So the question was raised, then why did Krishna not give Dhruva Maharaj directly pure devotional service? Because actually Dhruva Maharaj, he took up devotional service with the intention of gaining a very big kingdom. It's only after he saw the Lord that he said, now I have no material desire. But before, when he began devotional service, he did devotional service with this intention. And then Krishna fulfills his desire. So there may be another devotee that he sincerely is engaged in devotional service, and his only desire is pure devotional service. But somehow, sometimes, some material desire may enter the heart, After all, we are in the material world. And then in that case, Krishna does not fulfill the material desire. He says, no, no. Rather, you just engage in pure devotional service. Is that okay? Like,
Yeah,
does
now
that
I'm
become more
getting it.
clear?
Yes,
Yeah.
now it's, right, I get it.
Because two different scenarios, This one is already very sincerely engaged in devotional service. Only desire is pure devotional service, and sometimes some material desire comes in. Krishna doesn't
Okay.
fulfill that. But otherwise, somebody is approaching Krishna with material desire, Krishna fulfills. That's why Bhagavatam is saying, whichever category we are in, we have all material desire, no material desire, or desire liberation, approach Krishna. So it's okay now, right? Yeah.
Yes. And
Okay.
also, I think Kashyap Muni told his wife Aditi that attachment, I mean, is there's attachment, right? Which is not favorable, not good, right? Because that's what you
Yeah,
have. Yeah.
that's right. Yeah. She was too attached to her children.
It's attached to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
that's what
after
he
all,
told
everyone
her.
belongs to, right? To the Lord, to Krishna. So I don't know how to
Yeah.
explain. Right?
So it says something, right? That, okay, so here she's having like a regular person, person may have so many problems. Okay, my children, I'm worried about this about my children. So Kashyap Muni is saying, worship Krishna. So something for us also to follow, you know, because each of us may have so many of our own different problems, you know, so many. It's a material world after all. Something or the other will come up. Huh?
And you also pointed out that Kashyap Muni was a true guru because in the difficulty he's diverting Aditi to Krishna because he's connecting them to Krishna. So a true guru will always do that. A
Yeah.
real guru.
Yeah, real guru will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Worship Krishna. Okay, so then let's go on. Text 22. Shri Aditya Ruvacha
Aditi Uvacha
Kena Ham Vidina Brahman
Kena Aham Vrindhina Brahman
Upasthasya Jagatpatim
Upasthase Jagatpatim
Yatha Me Satya Sankalpo
Yatha Satya Sankalpo
Vidadyatsa Manoratham.
Yatyatsa Manoratham.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srimati Aditi said, O Brahmana, tell me the regulative principles by which I may worship the Supreme Master of the world so that he will be pleased with me and fulfill all my desires. It is said, man proposes, God disposes. Thus, a person may desire many things, but unless these desires are fulfilled by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they cannot be fulfilled. So we desire, and Krishna fulfills our desire. You know, it's like a child, he's reaching, he wants to pick up the cookie jar which is high up in the kitchen cabinet. He can't reach it. He's just, trying to jump towards it. Father comes, picks him up, and the child can easily take the cookie jar. And the child thinks, oh, I did it. See, I'm so great. I could do it. Doesn't realize, oh, it's because my dad picked me up. Fulfillment of desire is called Satya Sankalpa. Here, the word Satya Sankalpa is very important. Aditi placed herself at the mercy of her husband so that he would give her directions by which to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead so that all her desires would be fulfilled. A disciple must first decide that he should worship the Supreme Lord, and then the spiritual master will give the disciple correct directions. One cannot dictate to the spiritual master, just as a patient cannot demand that his physician prescribe a certain type of medicine. And we can't tell the doctor, you give me this medicine, and don't give me that medicine. So similarly, spiritual master gives us the way how to worship the Lord. Here is the beginning of worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 7.16. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukritano arjuna arto jigyasur artharthi gyani cha bharatarshabha. O best among the Bharatas, 4 kinds of pious men render devotional service unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So, which kind of people approach the Supreme Lord for fulfillment of desire?
Distressed, desirer of wealth,
Desirer of wealth,
inquisitive, like they have some inquiry there, and who's searching for knowledge, Jnani.
yeah, searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So, does it mean that anyone and everyone who's in distress or desiring wealth, inquisitive, searching for the Absolute, comes to Krishna, or
No,
what
only
is
the one who are pious,
bias? Yeah,
who are the Sukriti.
that's right. Those who have the Sukriti. because otherwise distressed whole world is in distress. Desirer of wealth, most of the people will follow in this category. Then inquisitive, there are many people who are inquisitive. Of course, searching for knowledge of absolute is very less, but yet some sukriti has to be there. So Aditi was Artha, a person in distress. She was very much aggrieved because her sons, the demigods, were bereft of everything. Thus she wanted to take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead under the direction of her husband, Kashyap Muni. Adisha Tvam Dvija Shrestha
Adisha
Shabam Tvisha Shrestha
Vidim Tat Upadhavanam
Vidhi Tat
Tat Udhavan
Ashu Tushyati Me Deva
Ashut
Pushyati Deva
Sidantya Sahaputrake.
Sidantyah Saha
Aputrake.
Putrake.
O best of the Brahmanas, kindly instruct me in the perfect method of worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead in devotional service, by which the Lord may very soon be pleased with me and save me, along with my sons, from this most dangerous condition. Sometimes less intelligent men ask whether one has to approach a guru to be instructed in devotional service for spiritual advancement. The answer is given here indeed, and not only here, but also in Bhagavad Gita, where Arjuna accepted Krishna as his guru. Shishyaste ham sadi mam tvam prapanam. The Vedas also instruct that vijnanartham sa gurum eva vigachet. One must accept a guru for proper direction if one is seriously inclined toward advancement in spiritual life. So just as Aditi is approaching Kashyap Muni, she is taking instructions from him. So he's her guru. So Prabhupada is saying if one at all is serious about spiritual life, then one has to approach a guru. The Lord says that one must worship the Acharya, who is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Acharya Mam Vijaniyat. So a bona fide guru who is representing the Supreme Lord. One should definitely understand this. In Caitaniya Caritamita, it is said that the Guru is a manifestation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, because Guru is the mercy of the Supreme Lord. You know, he is the manifestation of the Chaitya Guru, the Paramatma. Paramatma is giving instructions from within, and from outside, the spiritual master is giving the instructions. So, therefore, according to all the evidence given by the Shastra and by the practical behavior of devotees, one must accept a guru. Even Krishna accepted a guru, Lord Chaitanya accepted a guru. Yeah. So, following the predecessors, Aditi accepted her husband as a guru so that he would direct her how to advance in spiritual consciousness, devotional service by worshipping the Supreme Lord. So this is what, one needs to approach the spiritual master to learn how to engage in devotional service. That's the point. How to worship Krishna, how to serve Krishna. That's why then the expert guidance is needed. Shri Kashyap Uvacha
Sri Kashyap Uvacha
Etan me Bhagavan Prishta
Idam te Bhagavan Prithah
Praja Kamasya Padmaja
Praja Kamasya Padmajah
Yad Ahate Pravakshyami
Yad Ahate Pravakshyami
Vratam Keshavatoshanam.
Vratam Keshavatoshanam.
Sri Kashyap Muni said, when I desired offspring, I placed inquiries before Lord Brahma, who is born from a lotus flower. Now I shall explain to you the same process Lord Brahma instructed me, by which Keshav, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is satisfied. Here the process of devotional service is further explained. Kashyap Muni wanted to instruct Aditi in the same process recommended to him by Brahma for satisfying the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we can also see Kashyap Muni is not making up something new. He's simply following what his spiritual master told him. So following the parampara. This is valuable. The Guru does not manufacture a new process to instruct the disciple. The disciple receives from the Guru an authorized process received by the Guru from his Guru. This is called the system of disciplic succession. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarashyo vidu. This is the bona fide Vedic system of receiving the process of devotional service by which the Supreme Personality of Godhead is pleased. Therefore, to approach a bona fide Guru or spiritual master is essential. The bona fide spiritual master is he who has received the mercy of his Guru, who in turn is bona fide because he has received the mercy of his Guru. This is called the parampara system. So, Guru is getting mercy of his Guru, mercy. That Guru is getting mercy of his Guru, like that. It's coming in a chain, and beginning from Krishna. So, unless one follows this parampara system, the mantra one receives will be chanted for no purpose. Just like how the switch has to be turned on, then the electricity will turn on. Everything may be there, the connection is there, the bulb is there, everything is there, but the switch has to be turned on. So that is, this connection with the Guru needs to be there because he connects us to Krishna through the parampara system. Nowadays, there are so many rascal gurus who manufacture their mantras as a process for material advancement, not spiritual advancement. Still, the mantra cannot be successful if it is manufactured. Mantras and the process of devotional service have special power provided they are received from the authorized person. So the mantras, they're already there in the Vedas. We simply have to recite what is already there. We don't have to manufacture anything. Okay. Falgunasyamale pakshe
फाल्गुनश्यामले पक्षे
Vadashaham Payo-vratam
द्वादशाहं
Dvadashaham
प्रयोव्रतम्
Archayet Arabindaksham
अर्चयन् अरविन्दं
Daksha
Bhaktya Paramayanvitaha.
भक्त्या परमयान्वितः
Vita
In the bright fortnight of the month of Falguna, February and March, for 12 days, ending with Dwadashi, one should observe the vow of subsisting only on milk and should worship the lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead with all devotion. So February, March, soon coming up. Worshipping the Supreme Lord Vishnu with devotion means following Archa Marga, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. One should install the deity of Lord Vishnu or Krishna and worship him nicely by dressing him, decorating him with flower garlands, and offering him all kinds of fruits, flowers, and cooked food nicely prepared with ghee, sugar, and grains. One should also offer a flame, incense, and so on while ringing a bell as prescribed. This is called worship of the Lord. So Prabhupada is saying how the worship is done. There's a deity of Lord Vishnu or of Lord Krishna, and then the shringar is done of the Lord, dressing him. He's dressed nicely in clothes, yeah, different ornaments, different ornaments are there. And then offering flowers, flower garlands, then cooking food for him, nice food with ghee, sugar and grains and fruits, and then offering arti. So while offering arti, bell is always rung. So this is worship. Here it is recommended that one observe the vow of subsisting only by drinking milk. This is called Payo-vrata. As we generally perform devotional service on Ekadashi by not eating grains, it is generally recommended that on Dwadashi one not consume anything but milk. So certain devotees do follow like very strictly, that on Dwadashi they will have only milk.
Hare Krishna, Shilpaji. So this is like every Dwadashi.
Yeah, because Ekadashi not having grains and then
Mm.
Dwadashi only drinking milk, sorry.
Oh,
Dwa-
okay.
Payo-vrata and Archana devotional service to the Supreme Lord should be performed with pure devotional attitude bhaktya. But Srila Prabhupada, he taught us very simple way how to do Ekadashi. Yeah, he just said very simple, no beans and no grains. And what's the purpose? To increase devotional service, to increase hearing about Krishna, chanting about Krishna. That's the purpose. So that in simple way, even the common man can observe Ekadashi. Without bhakti, one cannot worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhaktya mam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha. If one wants to know the Supreme Personality of Godhead and be directly connected with Him, knowing what He wants to eat and how He is satisfied, one must take to the process of bhakti. Because without knowing what God wants to eat, otherwise we will be lost, right? How will we know? For example, I want to know what you like to eat, then I have to ask you what you like to eat because everyone likes different things. Each have their own taste and flavors. So, by hearing about Krishna from the representatives, we will know how to please him, what he likes, what he doesn't like. As recommended here also, Bhaktya Paramayan Vitaha. One should be surcharged with unalloyed devotional service. Yeah. So that's why bhakti begins by hearing about God. And it's only by bhakti that we can understand God. No other way. Because speculation, we can go on speculating. Maybe you like this, maybe you like that, then there can be no end. But once you say, no, but I like this, then that's it. Any comments, questions? Okay. Sinivalyam mridalipya
Balyam Mridalitya
snayat krodha vitirnaya
Nayat Kroda Vidinaya
yadi labhyeta vaisrotase
Yadi Labhyeta Vestotrasya
etam mantram udirayet.
Ekam Udhirayet.
If dirt dug up by a boar is available, on the day of the dark moon, one should smear this dirt on his body and then bathe in a flowing river. While bathing, one should chant the following mantra. So this is on Dwadashi, right? Said drink only milk in the month of February, Falgun, February, March, bright fortnight. For 12 days ending with Dwadashi, one should observe them. Okay, for 12 days. So beginning from full moon to Dwadashi. Have only milk and worship the Lord. Okay, and then will come dark moon because started from full moon, then coming dark moon. Then dark moon, he's saying if there is Seems boars, they dig up dirt. And if this is available, one has to put it on the body and then bathe in the river and chant a mantra. Tvam Devi Adi Varahena
Tvam Devya Adivarahena
Rasaya Sthanam Ichchata
Rasayam Sthana Ichchata
Udritasi Namastubhyam
Udrastasi Nabostubhyam
Papmanam Me Pranashaya.
Papamanam Me Pranashaya.
O Mother Earth, you were raised by the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the form of a boar because of your desiring to have a place to stay. I pray that you kindly vanquish all the reactions of my sinful life. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, that's the significance why the dirt which is dug up by a boar. Because remembering that, okay, Lord Varahadev, he had picked up Mother Earth. So then this prayer first is uh, to Mother Earth, offering all obeisances to her. Nirvaritatma niyamo
Nirvatit Namo
devam archet samahita
Devam
Archit
archayam sthandile surye
Archayam Sthandile Surye
jale vahanau goravapi.
Jale Vaho Guranapi.
Thereafter, one should perform his daily spiritual duties and then, with great attention, offer worship to the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and also to the altar, the sun, water, fire, and the spiritual master. So then offer the daily worship. Namastubhyam Bhagavate
Namastobhyam Bhagavate
Purushaya Mahiyase
Purushaya Mahiyase
Sarvabhuta Nivasaya
Sarvabhutani
Nivashaya
Vasudevaya Sakshine.
Vasudevaya Sakshine.
O Supreme Personality of Godhead, greatest of all, who lives in everyone's heart and whom everyone lives, O witness of everything, O Vasudev, supreme and all-pervading person, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, to the Paramatma here, the greatest of all. So this uh, prayer is offered to the Supreme Lord. Namo Vyaktaya Sukshmaya
Namo Vyaktaya
Yaktaya
Sukshmaya
Shukshmaya
Pradhana Purushaya Cha
Pradhana Purushaya Cha
Chaturvimshat Gunagyaya
Chaturvimshat Gunagaya
Guna Sankhyanah Hetave.
Gunaha Samjnana Hetave.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Person. Being very subtle, you are never visible to material eyes. You are the knower of the 24 elements, and you are the inaugurator of the Sankhya Yoga system. Chaturvimshat Guna, the 24 elements, are the 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. The 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. The 10 senses, 5 for working, 5 for acquiring knowledge. So, which are the working senses?
Hands, legs, genitals, and the reproductive organ. One,
That's the
two, and three.
genitals.
The genitals. Okay, that's the genitals. And N, the ex the excretory
Yes.
organ. These are 4, and then one is the Working sense. Mouth, yeah. Hand, yeah, mouth. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, and 5 acquiring knowledge senses.
Someone else wants to tell. I can tell that if someone wants to tell, please.
Yeah. Eyes, nose, ear,
Mhm.
and what? Um, eyes, nose, ear, like tongue,
Mhm.
tongue also,
Mhm. Yes,
and
yes.
one, yeah, and one is
Skin. Yeah.
huh?
Skin, the touch,
Touch, touch.
the
Okay,
Yes,
skin.
skin,
skin, skin, yeah, skin, yeah.
skin.
And
Skin.
how about leg? Leg is not
That
working, and
that is in working, no?
yeah,
Legs
that
comes
is
in
in
working.
working, legs working, yeah, hand,
Yeah,
legs. Okay.
yeah. And the sense objects. What are the sense objects?
Mm,
Hmm?
Eye, ear,
I'm
nose.
sorry.
Eyes,
So I
ear,
couldn't hear.
nose. You cannot hear
Huh?
that.
like sense organ
Uh,
is already we
no,
discussed, no?
sense
Eyes.
object. Sense
Yeah,
Oh,
objects.
eyes.
sense objects. Okay, okay, objects.
The
Oh,
object of the senses.
Yeah.
What are the
Hearing,
objects?
eating,
Yeah,
yeah,
sound.
eating,
Yes,
hearing, looking, um,
yes. That's
touch.
touch,
right.
yeah,
Yes.
Touch.
smell.
Yeah. Smell. That's right.
Mm.
These are
Mm.
the objects. Okay. And contaminated consciousness. So these are the subject matter of Sankhya Yoga, which was inaugurated by Lord Kapila Dev. This Sankhya Yoga was again propounded by another Kapila, but he was an atheist, and his system is not accepted as bona fide. So the real Sankhya is given by Lord Kapila, who is incarnation of Krishna. We heard about him in the third canto of Bhagavatam. It seems there was another, like a imposter kind of a Kapila, but that philosophy is a different philosophy. It's an atheistic philosophy, and that is not supported. Namodvi Shrishne Tripade
Namo
Shrishne
Vishnune Dvipade
Chatushringaya Tantave
Chatuः Shrinivaya
Gayata
Vede
Saptahastaya Yagyaya
Saptahastaya Yajnaya
Trayi Vidyatmane Namaha.
Trayi Vidyatmane
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who have 2 heads, Prayaniya and Udayaniya, 3 legs, Savanatray, 4 horns, the 4 Vedas, and 7 hands, the 7 Chandas, such as Gayatri. I offer my obeisances unto you, whose heart and soul are the 3 Vedic rituals, Karmakand, Jnanakand, and Upasnakand, and who expand these rituals in the form of sacrifice. Anyway, I don't know what is this Praniya and Udaniya. Anyway, this prayer is offered to Lord Krishna.
So it means that he has 2 heads. So one is called Prananiya and one is called Udaniya, right?
Yeah, but
We don't
I
know that means this, right? And then he has 3 legs,
yeah,
Savantraya, right? And then the 4 sing, the 4 horns. But they are the 4
yeah,
Vedas. We can understand that they're the 4 horns of the 4 Vedas.
yeah,
And the 7 hands. So the Sapta Chand. So one of them
yeah.
is Gayatri, example. So like they're just, she's just describing, right? Like how she's.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. Namah Shivaya Rudraya
Namaha Shivaya Rudraya.
Namah Shaktidharaya cha.
Namaha Shaktidharaya cha.
Sarva Vidyadhipataye.
Sarva Vidhyadhipataye.
Bhutanam Pataye Namaha.
Bhutanam.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, Lord Shiva or Rudra, who are the reservoir of all potencies, the reservoir of all knowledge, and the master of everyone. It is the system for one to offer obeisances unto the expansion or incarnation of the Lord. Lord Shiva is the incarnation of ignorance, one of the material modes of nature. So, this is Kashyap Muni who's telling Aditi to offer such prayers. This is the mantras that he's telling her to chant, and one of the mantras is chanting also, understanding that Lord Shiva is an incarnation from Lord Vishnu in the mode of ignorance. Okay, maybe we can read one more. Namo Hiranya Garbhaya
Namo Hiranyagarbhaya.
Pranaya Jagadatmane
Pranaya Jagatatmane.
Yogeshvarya Shariraya
Yogeshwarya Shakti.
Namaste Yoga Hetave.
Namaste Yoga Hetave.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, who are situated as Hiranyagarbha, the source of life, the super soul of every living entity. Your body is the source of the opulence of all mystic power. I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, to the Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Shirodakshai Vishnu. So she's offering her obeisances. I mean, she has to offer obeisances. This is what Kashyap Muni is saying, that you need to chant these mantras. So we'll continue tomorrow. Any questions, comments?
I was just wondering how simple bhakti is. In the Karma Kand, if you want to get things, you follow so many rituals and do so many things. Like, but if you just want to do bhakti, then just offer a flower and just chant, just hear. So simple. Just offer him obeisances, nothing else. And it is so powerful. We still, but when you want your material desires, then you follow the rituals. You can't do anything wrong in that. So to please for your desires, though he will give you, but then you have to follow the proper procedure. But if you just do bhakti, then still he gives you because he knows your desire. So like it's such a simple and a direct way. It's the elevator. So it is so powerful if you're doing it with faith. So it's just
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.